On today's episode, we're going to see if you can plasti dip over top of rust. We're going to be using some Dip Your Car Proline with, I guess we'll do primer, and we're going to do clear satin so you can still see the rust underneath. I'm going to clean it up a little bit, take some dust off, and film the whole thing. So watch it. As you can see, we've got quite a bit of rust on this thing. Just coated it with some oil the other day, and all the rust pretty much soaked it in. I'm mostly worried about any kind of pitting. I like the look of everything. I'd really like to keep it that consistency with the rust, but I'm really worried that it's going to start pitting through. 90s metal isn't as tough as like 50s sheet metal. Everything was a lot thicker back then. So I'm going to try to clean this up a bit, get most of the dust off, get all this Gibbs off. Apparently you can paint over Gibbs, but I don't know if you can plasti dip over it. So we're going to clean it up, tape it up, spray it. Hopefully it sticks. So far the CLR is actually working a little bit too good. It's getting rid of all the rust. So if I wanted to take it back to bare metal, I think I could. I'm gonna leave the heavier spots and just clean it. And then whatever it is, it is. This is what it's gonna look like. Oh god, I look like crap. Because I'm going to do this stuff kind of quick and spray this kind of quick and get it all done and get this thing out of the way so I can concentrate on other stuff. I'm not going to tape up the door handles and the key locks and some other stuff just because it's going to be clear anyway, so it's going to protect whatever paint or whatever's on there anyway. So like the side trim, that doesn't need to be taped up because you can just kind of peel that later if you want. with this whole rust thing, rust is dirty and it's dusty, obviously. I mean, you can see that this is what's coming off the rag. If you want to get most of this off, that's why I did the CLR thing like earlier in the video. It took a little bit more rust off than I thought it would actually, but it sat over the weekend because I had a stomach virus or food poisoning or something, so I got a little more rust on it and evened out a little bit. But anyway, I'm trying to get more of the dust off, and the first cleaning that I did was with denatured alcohol mixed with water. It's like I think it's 1 to 10 ratio. I can't remember what I mixed it at. The next cleaning will be with xylene, or I think I actually have Zytol, which is the same thing as xylene basically, but somebody gave me a bunch of it for free, so I'm going to use that. Interesting side effect with the Xylol is that it's making the car rust, actually. I'm not sure if I like the rust that it's making. It's subtle, but it's making like an extra like haze kind of rust, if you can see it. You can see it there. So I think I'm actually going to wipe it down with denatured alcohol again, just because I don't know if I like that extra light layer of rust being here. I don't know if I like it. It's weird that the thinner is causing the metal to rust and oxidize that much quicker. It's a pretty interesting effect. I never thought thinner would actually do that. I thought when you paint a car you want bare metal, obviously, and that thinner would like kind of protect it a little bit, but I guess not. Been letting a couple gallons sit in the heat for a while. We're going to be using the Dip Your Car Proline stuff because I had some laying around. Good thing with the Proline system is that it comes with a high build primer, which kind of helps with adhesion, and we have some satin clear too. So we're going to put a couple coats of high build primer down, and you're supposed to do about, I think, 8 coats of Proline, but we're probably not going to do that because I think somebody stole some gallons from me, because I had a couple gallons of this left over and it's gone. I don't know where it is. But anyway, we're going to do our high build primer and then our satin clear. I'm not really worrying about peelability because I just wanted to protect this metal. That way nothing rusts through. That's the only reason that I'm doing this, is to protect it during the winter months, because this is going to go home as a secondary vehicle because of other projects. So let's get started. As always, make sure you mix your product. Even though there's no pigment with this, you want to make sure everything's kind of mixed up. You know, all the chemicals and stuff that's in here. You don't want any kind of solvents at the bottom or the solvents at the top, or vice, I don't know where solvents go. But you just want to mix all this up. We have a fresh respirator because my other one was old and beat up. So I bought a new one from Home Depot this morning.
I look like pain, don't I? Ah! I was born in the darkness!
Sorry if you can't hear me, it's cold and the heater needs to run, but here is the Satin Proline that we are going to use. I don't really have a lot of it, but I have enough of it. We're going to spray this down finally on this.
It's dippy time.
last coat on this thing.
So next you wanna
So next, you want to peel all the tape while it's still wet. You don't want to peel it while it's dried because, you know, it'll peel the dip and stuff. So you want to peel everything while it's wet with this particular type of dip. So let's do that. Couple days later, everything should be pretty dry, I'd hope, because I haven't been up here all weekend, and we're gonna clean it up now. There's a couple drips, so if you see this car somewhere and you notice drips, don't criticize me too much. It was really cold and I just wanted to get this done. If you're gonna do a project like this, I really recommend doing as many layers as possible, because from what I've read, the spraying on bare metal thing means that it doesn't want to peel as much as a normal Plasti dip job. It definitely clings to bare metal more than it would paint or even primer. So if you're going to do this, I do recommend doing a lot more layers than what I did. There's definitely not enough coats on this, but it's what material I had, and it's going to protect it this winter. It's got kind of a cool little shine to it too with the satin. I'm really glad that it turned out this way. I was gonna do auto flex and like get it even shinier, but I kind of like this satin look, so it's a nice little glow to it. It's definitely gonna look cool out in the sun, and everybody's probably gonna think it's a wrap now, but whatever. Let's clean this thing up. Very, it's very cold today, and I don't have a coat. So if you plan on doing this kind of project, like I said earlier, just make sure everything's clean because rust tends to be a pretty dusty thing. So try to get it as clean as you possibly can, and you shouldn't have any kind of trouble with adhesion. Also, being that I used the Proline and had that primer, that probably helped out a lot too. If you do it, have fun, be safe, wear your respirator. See up close, it's pretty smooth considering that it was all textured rust and everything. High build primer actually covered up a lot of the texture, and it turned out really smooth. Don't mind the dents, there's little dents here and there from me hitting stuff. Like I said, it's pretty smooth for being over top of some rust. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And nothing is bubbling up, everything is sticking. I don't plan on peeling this anytime soon, so this will be how it looks for a while. And if I want to dip over top of this, I probably could, and you probably wouldn't see much of the texture at all. Hood is nice and smooth. You can see the spots with rust. Like I said, they smoothed out a lot. Really happy with how it turned out, especially being that it was cold when I sprayed. But that probably helped level out and everything. I still need some new headlights. Still need some fresh tires on this thing. Tuck this little trim thing in. Whatever, I'll get back to that later. There you go. You can Plasti dip over top of rust. I hope you learned something today. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you have a great day. Like and subscribe and all that stuff that everybody says at the end of their videos. So yeah, go do that. Thank you. And have a great day. And have a happy new year too. It's 2018, and I hope that it goes well for you. I have some big plans, but you'll see.